Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about 5 vitamin D benefits you should know about. Vitamin D has long been known for its ability to strengthen bones and more recently has also been linked to several additional health benefits. But sometimes these rumors about vitamin D benefits are inaccurate. When it comes to vitamins and your health, it can be hard to know what's for real. To get to the bottom of what vitamin D can actually do for your body, we asked experts to cut through the hype and explain what we know about vitamin D benefits. Number 1. Vitamin D can help build strong bones. Vitamin D is crucial for a strong, healthy skeleton in several ways. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, the main building block of bones. It also helps your bone cells grow and rebuild, and promotes bone health by helping the surrounding muscles grow properly, the ODS says. If your body doesn't get enough vitamin D to help it absorb calcium from the food you eat, it may start siphoning off calcium stored in your skeleton, according to the National Institute of Arthritis and Musculoskeletal and Skin Diseases, which can cause bone weakening and prevent the growth of strong bones. That's why not getting enough vitamin D can contribute to osteoporosis, the ODS says. A vitamin D deficiency can also lead to osteomalacia, or weakening of the bones, per the ODS. Number 2. Vitamin D can support a healthy immune system. Vitamin D plays several important roles in regulating immune health, and we know that vitamin D supports important cells in the immune system. Shana Miniai Spence, MS, RDN, CDN, a registered dietitian nutritionist based in New York City, tells Self. While scientists don't yet know all the exact mechanisms, one line of thinking is that vitamin D may increase the production of a substance called cathelicidin, an immune system protein that fights invading pathogens like viruses and bacteria. Vitamin D is also thought to play a role in regulating the production of substances and cells that cause inflammation in the immune system. The thinking that vitamin D may help your immune system fight off infections is obviously a hot topic during the COVID-19 pandemic. While the NIH's COVID-19 treatment guideline cites vitamin D's potential to impact the immune system, they also say there isn't yet enough data either way to say if it works as a prevention or treatment for COVID-19. That said, experts have been talking about vitamin D as a cold and flu fighter for a while. A research review published in Inflammation and Allergy Drug Targets in 2013 cites several large studies showing that adequate vitamin D levels are associated with a lower risk and severity of respiratory infections, while vitamin D deficiencies are associated with a greater risk and severity. And some research on vitamin D supplements suggests they could help ward off these kinds of illnesses. A review of 25 studies published in the British Medical Journal in 2017 suggested that vitamin D supplementation reduced the risk of acute respiratory tract infections in people with vitamin D levels in the deficiency range, or on the lower end of the normal range, by 12% overall. The more deficient people were, the more beneficial the supplements were. Fun fact: sun lamps and cod liver oil, both sources of vitamin D, were even used to fight tuberculosis in the 19th and early 20th centuries. What's more, vitamin D deficiency has been shown to be prevalent in autoimmune disease, Spence says. According to a research review published in Nutrients in 2020, there is an association between low vitamin D and autoimmune diseases such as psoriasis, multiple sclerosis, and rheumatoid arthritis. That said, taking more vitamin D hasn't been shown to prevent these diseases. Number 3. Vitamin D can promote healthy blood sugar levels. Vitamin D plays a key role in metabolizing glucose in the food you eat. It stimulates the beta cells in your pancreas to secrete insulin, a hormone that is key for converting food you eat into energy and regulating blood sugar, Dr. Shapsis explains. It also reduces insulin resistance when your body stops responding as well to insulin, according to the ODS, and could play a role in preventing the onset of type 2 diabetes. While a number of observational studies show an association between low vitamin D and higher blood sugar levels in people with and without diabetes, as well as an increased risk of diabetes, so far there is little evidence of a cause-and-effect relationship between taking extra vitamin D supplements and diabetes risk, or blood sugar control, the ODS explains, especially in people who already get enough vitamin D. Number 4. Vitamin D can help support a healthy pregnancy. Consider this another reason to take a prenatal vitamin. As Self has reported, it's important for pregnant people to get enough vitamin D in their diets. A 2019 Cochrane review suggests that vitamin D supplementation in pregnant people might reduce the risk of pregnancy, complications like preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, low birth weight, and severe postpartum hemorrhage. Although the mechanisms behind this are not fully understood, some of these benefits might come from vitamin D's positive effects on the immune system, inflammation, and blood vessel function. Number 5. Vitamin D can potentially reduce your risk of getting or dying from cancer. Lab experiments and animal studies indicate that vitamin D could inhibit cancer formation and tumor growth, according to the ODS, while the research in humans is mixed, but exciting. There are some observational studies and clinical trials suggesting low vitamin D levels are connected to developing or dying from multiple types of cancer, including breast, prostate, and colorectal cancer, as well as many that do not. The ODS cites 2 large meta-analyses of studies finding that higher vitamin D levels were associated with a reduced overall incidence of cancer and death from cancer, but not in every study or demographic. There is some promising clinical data too. A 2019 meta-analysis published in the Annals of Oncology looked at 10 randomized clinical trials, including 6,537 cancer cases, and found that vitamin D supplementation reduced cancer mortality rates by 13%. Ultimately, however, experts say that more research is needed before they can say anything such as vitamin D can help prevent cancer. How to get enough vitamin D? So, how much vitamin D do you need to ensure it's helping to promote good health? The benefits of vitamin D come from consuming a sufficient amount, not too little, not too much. Sunlight is one great source for keeping your vitamin D at healthy levels. Research suggests that just 5 to 30 minutes of sun exposure per day, or at least twice weekly, is generally enough to make the vitamin D you need, according to the ODS. And you should still wear sunscreen anytime you're outside. Most people don't put on enough to block the vitamin D, producing rays from reaching your skin anyway, the ODS says. While people with darker skin produce less vitamin D with the same amount of sun exposure than people with lighter skin because of the presence of melanin, the ODS says it's not clear if the lower levels of vitamin D more common in black people because of this reason have negative health effects. There aren't official recommendations for people with darker skin to spend more time in the sun. Thank you, and I see you in the next one.